Alright, hello everybody. Welcome back to the Sonic City any percent glitch tutorial series video for Wacky Workbench. So now this is like going to be the hardest zone like to learn because it's the most complex and tight in terms of all the strats and setups that you have to like know and follow in order to do this level accurately. So let me just start right off with the beginning of this level. So basically at the beginning here, I'll let me go back. So you want to charge like a full peel out, and then you want to release it, and then you want to jump off on this platform to get like down here. There's two different ways of how you can go about doing this, so I'll show you the first way. You do a fully charged peel out, and then as soon as that your peel out is fully charged, then that's where you want to release, and then try to immediately get like a mid-high jump to come out like this. I would say that this is the easiest way to do it, like compared to the second way, which is this one. So do a fully charged peel out, and then you want to wait until like you're like right there. Like there's these two purple like poles like that are in front of Sonic. When Sonic is aligned with like the left edge of this second purple pillar that's like on the center of the screen, this is where you want to do a small jump. So let me show that again. So like that. Depending on what route you're doing for this level, you're either going to be trying to like wanting to aim for either the first way or the second way. If you're doing the beginner route, which is you just for the first half of the level you're on the top route, and then you switch to like the bottom one later on, and then you just at the end you just stay on the middle route. If you're doing the beginner route, you want to do preferably the second one, but the first one's like works just okay as well. So it's really just ultimately a preference. But if you're doing the advanced way of doing this level, then you definitely want to go for doing the very first jump of the level the first way, where you just do the mid-high jump. So okay, I want to go through the level now. So mid-high jump around like right here, like where Sonic is, in between like this first ring that I just picked up and then the second one that's coming up. You want to do like a mid-low jump, and then I didn't do this right, but when you're right here, this is where you want to do a full jump, or yeah, a full jump, I believe, or a mid jump. Something like that. So mid-low, mid-jump, and then around close to where you land, you want to do a full jump. And you want to like touch on the bumper floor around here. You don't want to jump too early, otherwise you'll bop on the bumper that's like to the left of you, which is slightly higher up, and if you jump too late then you'll bop that feature post. So just go about doing the full jump of like where I timed it, and then you'll be launched up here. For this part right here, you want to do a fall jump when you're in between the first and the second ring as well, just like the previous visual cue. So like right here, this will let you jump over these like platforms here, and then the future post. You don't want to grab that whatsoever, otherwise you're undoubtedly going to lose a bunch of time, because you'll be entering a tunnel and your time travel will begin long before you're able to get out and slow yourself down, so keep that in mind. And then now when you're right here around close to where you land, you want to do like another kind of small jump there so that you bop this enemy and you don't get hit by accident. Land here, you want to charge a pilo, and then around like when the platform is like right here, this is where you want to do a full jump, but be sure you're not holding any directions. And there you go. Alright, so you're just going through this tunnel right here. Just go neutral, but then once you bop this bumper floor right here, you want to like hold right. So like as soon as you hit it, hold right. And then now you can see that there's this purple platform just to the bottom right of Sonic that you're now going to be landing on. You want to like walk on it for a bit, and then when you're on the right edge of this purple platform, that's where you want to do a full jump like that. And then if you do it right, you'll touch this next purple platform that's just to the right of Sonic. So just keep holding right, but then once you land on this platform right here, you want to let go of it and go neutral. And if you did everything right, then you'll that won't happen. Like, you're not supposed to touch the bumper floor, so let me correct myself there. Okay, so if it seems like that you're like not going to, like, or if it seems like that you're gonna bop the bumper floor right here, then you just want to hold left for a bit. Just be sure you don't hit like the bumper floor. That's not what you want to happen or would want to have happen. If you really need to, you could just kind of really slow yourself down right here. One really important thing that I forgot to mention is that these purple platforms you see here, these are global based, so no matter where you are in the level, they'll always be active and moving. And then coming up is a section that'll have like a new like type of platforms, which are like yellow rectangular platforms that move up and down in accordance with the bumper floors, and those platforms are camera based, so don't worry about how slow you do this part. It's completely fine, but don't do this too slow either, actually, because after like the 2 yellow platforms that you're about to encounter, you'll be going through more of those purple platforms, which you'll see that like right now or very soon. Okay, but before I get to that part, you'll like get yourself to be on this launcher. So you want to jump at a certain point. There's this first ring set right here, there's the second one, and then there's the third one right there. When Sonic is around like right here, at least, like you might see this like purple structure in the background that has like the 3 purple poles, and then this third ring set, you want to jump when Sonic is in between the third ring and then like the first like purple platform right, or pole right here. But I don't do this paused, I do it pauseless. I think if you're doing it paused, then you want to like jump like right here. Oh, and also too, don't overlap the jump buttons way too much when you do this piano roll. The piano roll is essential, but if you have like your jump, if you press like your jump buttons like way too closely or too fast, like in conjunction with each other, you'll actually just stay stuck to this booster, so keep that in mind as well. Okay, and then if everything goes right, you'll land on that yellow platform, and then you'll land on this second yellow platform that Sonic is like touching right now on the left edge. So let me show that now. Here, let me go back here. So this jump right here, you want to piano roll a full jump, and then around like as soon as you land on this first yellow platform, you want to piano roll a mid jump to come out. And once you know that you got your full jump out like that, then Sonic will land on the top of that yellow platform there. And then as soon as like you land on this platform here, you want to hold right, so you can just be sure that you're not moving to the right too fast and you're actually not losing any speed, because now you're no longer being launched at a fast speed, so just keep holding right now. You'll bop this wall right here for a bit, you'll bop on that ceiling right there as well, and then right here there's a purple platform coming up. It's not this one, but it's this one that's like Sonic is about to land on right now. So as soon as you land on this purple platform right here, you want to do a full jump, and then if you do that right, you'll land on the second like snake-like platform block thing right here that I'm on right now. You want to get another full jump out as soon as possible, and then you'll end up bopping this purple platform. Just run across it, you don't need to jump, but then you'll see this monitor box right here. When you land, or as soon as you land on it, you want to like piano roll a full jump to come out as soon as possible, like that. And then you'll be right here and you can finish the level. Alright, so now that's it for the beginner part, or the beginner route of this level. It's a good time to get here is like a low 29, a mid 29, or even a high 29, just like depending on how you go about doing things. But things can go very wrong, and if they do, you lose like a bunch of time, so yeah, just keep that in mind. All right, now I'm going to cover the intermediate part of this level. So it starts right here, so you just want to do the beginning as normal that I showed you in the beginning section of this level, but now you want to do like something different here. So you still want to do the full jump on the yellow platform, but then the jump you do off of it, that's going to differ, because instead of doing a mid jump to try and land on the second yellow platform, you just want to do a full-fledged full jump like as soon as you land on the first yellow platform. So like this, still try and jump in the same visual cue like that, and then now you want to get your full jump to come out as soon as possible. Can we do that correctly? Okay, my jump buttons were being pressed too closely together. Okay, so now this is kind of like around where you want your full jump to happen at, and then now you're looking for a 2-frame window. So you might notice how there's in the background there's like a horizontal caution texture like thing in the background there that's like on the center of the screen, and then there's like just right above that caution part of the background there's this thin dark green line, and then above that dark green line there's the slightly lighter but still dark green part of the background there. So you want to look at like the bottom of Sonic when he's in this ball form, and this 2-frame window is it starts on this frame, so this is the first frame of this 2-frame window. You can notice how the bottom of Sonic is just barely touching like that caution part of the background. When you get right here, this is where you want to release the jump button. So when you do the jump off of the yellow platform that I just jumped off of, you don't want to let go of the jump button, and then you want to pause in this 2-frame window. And then if you pause on either of the 2 frames, then this is where you can let go of the jump button, then you can unpause. And then you'll notice how you'll make yourself into the small like room right here that has like the door to the right there, and there's like a generator, but of course it's not active because you're not in the past. So once you're surely in this room, the next thing you want to do that's also really important is that out of like this, if you just pause for this like I do as you're entering the room, you want to tap left for a small bit. So right now I'm holding left, and then I just want to hold left just enough so that when I unpause, I just barely have like my left input be registered, and then there. I believe that, or when I was making the document before this video series, I thought you like could just do this part as like doing it whatever. You could just you didn't really have to worry about specifics, but this part where you just tap left for a small bit before you actually hit this wall right here, that's very important. So just be sure you get that nailed down. It's not too difficult at all. All right, so now with you facing left, now you want to do a moving peel out to the left. So you just do that, and then once you land like on this ground right here, you want to hold let's see, can't only get that correctly. So you want to hold upright right here before you do like the unpause to get down into like this floor that's like slightly out of bounds. You want to hold this upright input for like 0.3 seconds when you land, and that'll make it so that your MPO is fully charged. And then now you could hold down right and then do the unpause and pause. And then now at this point, you want to wait until like a certain window. So if you're pausing, you can do it like around like right here. You might notice on the top left of this screen that I'm going through like this room that has a generator in it, and you can kind of see like the generator in that light blue gray yellow color. It's just to the left of this Sonic monitor. If you're pausing for this, then you just want to wait until like when it's almost like off screen, and then you can release the up left input, and then hold left, unpause, and then pause, and then now you'll be zipping. If you try and do it too early, then you'll just end up getting stopped because you're trying to like get into like this wall right here as soon as possible, or you want to be sure that you're clipped into this wall, and that's where you can like start holding left to zip. So let me do that again. All right, so now you might have to read the document for this, but you might notice how there's like these squares. Like right now it's on the center of the screen, and it has like a left and a right section of these horizontal like purple lines that are thin, and then there's like these black lines that are more like kind of thick. And then in the middle of this square, there's like two vertical purple line things, and then right in the middle of it there's a a tall but thin vertical black rectangle. So you're going to be paying attention to wanting about 3 of these to go completely off screen. So, okay, there's one that's gone. And then the second one's coming up. It's on just to the right of the center of the screen. And it's about to go off screen now. And then now this is the third one. It's about to go off screen as well. And then there's this fourth one right here that you want to, this is a 3-frame window that you want to pause on. It starts on like right about, not there. It starts like right there. So right, if you look at the left border of the screen, you'll notice how that thin, tall, vertical black rectangle is like halfway off screen. This is the first frame out of the 3-frame window you're looking to pause on. So if things check out, then for this first frame, you want to go neutral for a bit to stop zipping. And then once you know that your speed is completely killed, then this is where you want to just do like a few like full jumps to get from like where you are right here to 1, 2, 3, 4 jump buttons to trigger the goalpost. And then now this is like the second frame right here that I just loaded the save state for. See how my IGT is 25.15? This is the first frame, and then the second frame, it's like about 0.01 seconds after. So if you pause on this frame, you can do the exact same inputs here. Just pause, just go neutral for a bit, and then you can just do your jumps upwards. And then now, this is the third frame. This is 0.02 seconds after the second frame. If you get this, then you can't just simply do 4 full jumps to clip back into the level and trigger the goalpost. You have to do like a bit of an extra step here. So let me try and describe what this is as best as possible. So you might notice when I jump, it's like I'm kind of bumping like a ceiling that's blocking Sonic from like going up any further. What I do here to be sure you're in like a good position to start jumping upwards is you do a full jump, and then you notice how you can hear that like jumping sound effect Sonic makes when he jumps. So what you're basically aiming for here is you want to do a full jump, but as soon as you do your full jump, you want to start holding left so you start moving. You don't want to hold left too soon, otherwise that might accidentally cause you to zip to the right, and you'll accidentally soft off the game. So notice how I can't move anywhere. I'm like completely stuck, I can't get out. And that's because I'm all the way to the right of the screen, and your X coordinate is higher than like the highest one that the game considers to be normal, and you're still in the level, so there's nothing you can do here. This is why, once again, you don't want to hold left too soon. So do your full jump, start holding left, and then this sound effect I was talking about, you want to wait until you can like halfway hear it, and that's where you let go of the left button, like the you might want to go like a bit to the right just in case. Like, let me explain this. Like after your second jump, and then yeah, after your second jump and you're about to do your third, you can just tap right for a decent bit and then just jump up here. So full jump, hold left. When the sound effect is halfway done, let go of left, and when you land, you can do your full jumps again. Tap right to the bit there and there. Alright. and now there's like a slightly faster way that you can do the ending of this level, but this only applies if you get like the first or the second frame. So instead of just doing 4 simple fall jumps, you can just do like a full jump, a mid-high jump right here. So fall, a mid-high, like a mid-low jump, and then you can do a full jump like this. But I wouldn't really recommend doing that until you're like completely confident in like doing the ending bit of this level. But that's just like a neat optimization you can go for. Alright, so now I'm done explaining the intermediate part. That was probably the hardest part to explain of the level. The advanced just has like a new different beginning where instead of going on the upper route, you're going through the bottom route at the beginning, and then once you get to the second half of the level, which starts with you entering the booster, you could just basically do the same thing as like what you do for the intermediate portion, where you just do like the faster ending where you do the zip there and all. So all right, now I'm going to go to actually real quick, there's one more thing I want to talk about before I talk about the intermediate. So notice how my IGT right here is 25.15 for the first frame, but if you accidentally manage to like pause like maybe a frame or 2 or 3 too early in conjunction with the first frame right here, and you just pause like right there, so that says 0.13, and this is 1 frame before the first frame. What you want to do is that just tap left for a small bit and then immediately just pause right after, so you can just very slightly move to the right, and then you could just jump up here. If you try to do your jump too early, you can't do anything. But if you do that, then yeah, you can do your jumps. So a good time that you can get with the intermediate route is about like 27 seconds. And now I'm going to talk about the advanced part of this level. So now, if you remember what I was talking about at the beginning of me explaining Wacky 1, there's 2 different ways to do this jump. You want to like completely opt for the first one, where you just do a mid-high jump, because now you're going to be battling like pretty hard with like the purple platforms that move sideways and up, and that also includes like some snake platforms that will come up around as well, which I'll show you what that is when I get to it. But yeah, do the first way here, just mid-high jump. But now instead of just you just keep holding right and then you just go to the top route, you want to stop like right here. So you might notice that on the ground there's like these 3 circles on the ground. There's the one to the left, there's one in the middle, and then the right. Right now Sonic is like he's standing on the middle one, which this is a pretty okay spot, but you can also have Sonic align with like the center of this first one right here. So what you're basically aiming for here is you want to stop, be sure you're able to stop as much as possible, but you're facing right like this. And then you want to do like you want to charge like a fully charged peel out. I'm sure it could actually not like be completely charged, but yeah, so just do this. Yeah, you gotta do this with like completely fast. Like you have to be 100% fast. You don't want to slow down whatsoever. Otherwise, if you're a bit slow, there's a good chance that these yellow platforms will like already have moved like a good amount before you were able to do your full jump. And also too, this is why you don't want to be right here, because look, the yellow platforms are already in a different spot. Okay, so never mind, I'm correcting myself here. You can just kind of take your time here. Well, you don't, not really, but just you can play this a bit safe, and then there you go. Do that as fast as possible. You want to do like a full jump here, and then you want to do a full jump right there. And then once you kind of see Sonic around right there, this is where you can let go of the jump button, hold right for a bit, and then you want to tap down to roll, so this bug that's right here doesn't like bop you like that. And then you can just go back to holding right. If you do all of that correctly, let's see here. So this will happen. You want to bop that platform to the left, and then you'll land on this platform right here. Just keep holding right, but once you land on this third one right here, this is like where you want to get like a quick jump off of it. So as soon as like you land on that like platform right there, you want to do a full jump, and you want to be sure you land on this purple platform, and then you want to do a full jump, and then you want to hold left for a bit so you slow down, and then you can just like go over this snake platform right here that I'm on right now. If you don't hold right there, okay, I'm gonna get back there. So if you don't hold left at all, there's a very high chance that you'll just bop like the left side of this platform. So just hold left for like just a very like a small but a considerable tad, and then you'll be fine. Also too, like I mentioned before, these purple platforms are these are completely like global based, so that means that depending on how fast you do like the rest of the beginning until you get to this point of the level, these purple platforms will either be in an ideal spot where you can land on this one just fine and then do this stuff, or if you do this part like way too fast or slow, then that purple platform, if you're too fast, then that platform that I just did a jump off of will be like way too far to the right, and you'll end up falling down, and that just completely like kills like the run of this level. You lose so much time. So in order to alleviate yourself from going too fast, that's why you want to go about like the beginning this way. So just do that. Yeah, and you'll be in a pretty okay spot every time. Hold left for a bit there, and then now you'll land on the second platform like I said before. When you land on this third one, you want to do a full jump off of it. I'm gonna get the back there. Okay, so okay, I'm not doing this part right. Let me do it again. Wait. Oh, you don't even jump, you just keep holding right. My apologies. So you just need to Let's see here. Oh, I went a bit too far to the right there, so just do all this stuff, just go up, or just don't jump at all, just run off, let this bumper floor touch you, and then you'll bop this snake platform right here, and then now, there's this purple platform here that if you did everything okay and not too fast or slow, you'll be like on the right edge of this platform, but you won't be all the way on the right to where Sonic is teetering. So now, the next thing you want to do is like, yeah, you want to get your peel out to like be initiated as fast as possible. And then now you're looking for like a certain like window. So you might see this purple platform that's just like on the right side of the screen, and then you might see like these strobe lights that are blinking red and black. You can count 5 of them on the screen, so there's 1, 2, 3. The third one is just to the left of Sonic, and then the fourth one is just to the right of Sonic, in between these two platforms. So you're specifically looking at the fourth pole with the blinking red light on it, and then there's kind of like on this pole here, there's like a long dark purple section of it at the bottom, and then there's like this square, this lighter colored purple square that has like the 4 black dots on it, and then there's like a third, there's like a second square that has like the 2 vertical red and yellow lines. So your visual key here, like for this purple platform that's to the right, or on the right side of the screen, you want like the top of it to be aligned with like the line that divides the top square and the bottom square. I'll be sure I have this like or I have this picture on the document, so you can just take a look to see what I mean. But yeah, once it's like right here lined up with this, the purple platform's lined up with this certain part of this purple pole here, this is where you want to release your peel out, and then you'll land on this purple platform here just right, and then like you want to try and piano roll like your 3 jump buttons to get a mid jump out as soon as possible, and then quickly after, when you get the mid jump to come out, then you want to hold right. So let me show that here. So I'll line that purple platform to the right with that certain part of the pole as what I stated, and then there. And if you did everything right, then let me do this again just so I can demonstrate this one more time. So you just have to hold right. It's kind of okay of kind of like what happens. Like if you touch like one of these purple platforms, that's pretty like fine. This bumper floor here will be activated, but you'll make your way towards this bumper floor right here that Sonic is about to land on. But assuming that you released your peel out on that certain visual cue I was talking about prior with the platform and the purple pole, this will deactivate just as you're about to land on it. And once you land on it, when it's not activated, you want to get a small jump out, and then you kind of like want to maneuver yourself so you don't bop that wall, but instead you just directly get yourself to be inside this booster. And now you can continue with the rest of the level. Like you can either do the beginner routes beginning, or I mean ending, or you can do the intermediate routes ending. All right, so I'm going to show you like what a good beginner's route looks like for this level. Just to recap everything. Oh yeah, and then too, one quick note. So if you get here early enough, you're going to be wanting to look at your IGT. As soon as this timer is on 17.61 or a bit later, this is where you can start holding right. So I'm like 17.7, that's fine. That's about 0.1 seconds later, and then just continue with the rest. Okay, let me go back to right here. This route is like pretty finicky, so bear with me. You could also just roll right there. Alright, there you go. And then now I'm gonna do the intermediate now. Or actually, I'll just do the advanced. I'll do everything, because the intermediate route is just like a mix of the advanced anyways. Okay, see there? I intentionally did the second way of doing that beginning. You notice how I did this too fast, and then that purple platform is too far to the right? This is why you want to take your time with like the first jump and do the slightly slower one, which is doing this mid-high jump. There you go. Notice how that was better. Oh, sometimes that can happen as well. Okay, I think I'm on the frame. This will work. Or it didn't because of the platforms there. Okay, but essentially... Okay, that's bad. Oh yeah, so let me mention this real quick. There's like technically a third and a fourth frame that you can pause on right here, but they're a lot more inconsistent, and although I have like setups in the document, they're not really consistent at all, and I just typed up like what I found to be the most likely case for if you pause in these third and fourth frames, what you should do there. But if you just pause in the third or fourth frame, then it's kind of like a GG. But yeah, let me do this now. Okay, I had to do my very slight small adjustment to the right there, and there we go. So a good time for doing like the advanced route is like 25, like a high 24 or a low 25-second time. I'll be sure that I have like videos that showcase like perfect beginner, intermediate, and advanced route like videos for what it would look like for this level. And yeah, that's it with Wacky 1. Wacky 1 is the hardest level to explain, so if I followed quite a lot, then that's just because Wacky 1 just really stinks. Okay, so now I'm going to talk about Wacky 2. Alright, so you want to start with the peel out release. Be sure it's a fully charged one, and then round it right here. This is where you want to release right and then go neutral, otherwise you'll speed cap. And then you want to start holding left at a certain point, like close to like when you land on the floor right here. In the document, I have the frame window pictured for like the earliest frame that you can start holding left on, and then like the latest frame. So this will work. So as soon as you get launched up right like that, you want to switch from holding left to right, and if you do it right, this will happen. You'll like hog the wall right there that I was just on, and then you can slowly make your way up here. There's like two different ways you can go about doing this section. There's like the ideal kind of possibility where you can get out of the chute, do like a specific height jump, and then you can just go straight into the next chute like this. That's like a really hard thing to time, but the visual cue is a bit hard to explain. So you can read the document for that, but like right here, this is like where you want to pause. And then, or you don't want to pause in this frame, but I just do this pause list because I really don't think paused, like you can really just do a good setup that feels good and comfortable, so. This is, I also believe that this is a frame perfect jump, so it's pretty bad. It's gonna take me a few tries here. Okay, like right there. You'll just have to practice this a lot and get a feeling for it, because I really can't like exactly tell you what to do there. Alright, so if you don't want to go for that frame perfect jump where you just go straight into the second chute, you can also do this one. So around close to when you're about to like be on the middle of the slope right here, actually you want to be holding right here, and then when you get close to the middle, this is where you want to do your jump off, and then you'll just be kind of flung to the right like that. And then you could just, when you land, you could do another like quick jump still holding right. I would recommend like to do it the second way right here. Don't bother with the first one, because if you mess it up, you can like lose quite a lot of time. Yeah, if you get like the seconds, or if you go about doing this part of the level the second way, then you'll lose like anywhere from like half a second to a second, but most of the time it's just gonna be that, so you only lose about half a second. So don't worry about nailing this right away. This is like one of the last things that you should try and like learn how to do, like the first way at least anyways. So now when you enter the chute, I want to well, I can show it this way, sure. So once you get in the chute, you want to like do like 3 good like left taps like this. What that'll do is that you'll time travel, and it'll happen at an ideal spot of you being inside this circular spinning thing. Like it'll start like around right here. If you don't slow down, you'll be like too far right here, and that makes it so that you'll not be able to jump right away until this point, and you'll lose about like I believe it's about a second. So let me show what it looks like when you don't slow down at all. So notice how I didn't do any left taps there, and you see how I'm on the top right of this circular spinning thing when I time travel, and look. Okay, so I didn't mean to jump out of there, but yeah, you notice how it's like I have to wait for myself to completely loop around this thing, then I can finally jump out. That's what happens if you don't slow down, so be sure to do that. So 1, 2, 3. All right. And then around like right here, this is like where you want to kind of just, you want to do like a piano roll. Like don't do like press your jump moves too quickly. You could just kind of do like a casual piano roll like this, and then you'll jump out. Okay, so now the next thing you want to do is you want to make your way down here. Like be sure you're a good distance away from the wall. Do a moving peel out. And then when you're right here, this is a really important input. You want to be holding right, and then you want to do your full jump. And then once you see yourself falling like that, then you can release the right input, and then you can just go neutral, and then do like another quick MPO as soon as you land, and then just be sure it's not too high of a charge, so you have enough time to do the inputs necessary before you accidentally bop the wall and you can't go further with it. Okay, so let me do this again. Be sure you're holding right. Oh, I'm a bit too far there. Hold right, jump. As soon as you see yourself falling, let go of right. Do this. And then now, and also too, now, once you get into this wall here, you'll land like right here. There's like some sort of like rectangular, out of bounds, collision that you can't see, but you want to work yourself a way around it, so you want to be holding right here to hug it. Do like a small mid jump, and then around like when you're about in the middle right here, this is where you want to switch holding left, or like when you get close to the right edge, I should say, and then you want to go neutral. Apologies. So alright, then now it's like once you make yourself or make your way around this structure, then you want to do like a left tap out of this wall. Like you can just do a few here, and this is like the exact frame that you want to see yourself pause on. If you like pause at any frame later than this, then you won't be able to zip all the way to the right. Like, let me show that again. Oh yeah, also, another thing to know, if you don't do the slowdowns and stuff, you'll be in a pretty bad spot with like the electric vent cycle. I forgot to like talk about this, so basically, you want to do like your whole traversal through this like pretty fast, because otherwise if you're not fast enough, you'll hear like that electric buzzing, and then when you go out of the wall, no matter what speed you're going at, you're going to get hit like that, and then you'll just have to make yourself or make your way all the way to the right here, and that loses like a bunch of time. You don't want that to happen, so that's why you want to, that's another reason why you want to slow down as you're going through that second chute, and then you're spinning around and then you time travel. You want to do this part pretty fast, not like that. Okay, so work your way around here, and then now, I have a feeling like for how long I should exactly hold left for, which is about 3 frames, but very likely you'll just have to do a few 1 frame left taps and then you'll be on this window. And then now, unlike yourself getting hit halfway through and then you have to spend a bunch of time to get like over here to the right, you're here like instantly. So now, what I want to show you now is that there's 4 different possibilities that can happen here with like when you do like this, or you pause in this specific window right here. Oh, and also too, this can happen sometimes, like the camera just will kind of do this to you and you'll be on screen, and unfortunately you also lose a bunch of time as well. I'm not exactly sure what causes that, but it might be just because you're doing a bunch of like 1 frame left taps possibly. Okay, so anyways, so make sure the camera's not centered on you. You just wanted to like side to just be barely to the right of the center of the screen, and that's how you know you're in a good camera position and the camera won't be centered on you like the... Okay, so anyways, where I landed right here, this is like just normally where you'll very likely end up being at. But if you get lucky enough, there's 2 other possibilities that can happen where you're like all the way up here, or you're actually like already clipped into the wall at this elevation. So let me pop my Google Chrome to be on the OBS display. Okay, so this is like the most ideal thing that can happen when you do this like clip right here. So you see how I'm like pausing that window or on this frame, right? But then instead of myself like being like not even in the wall, I'm like all the way up here. And how you want to go about doing this part, if you're all the way up here, is that you want to wait for like the camera to completely catch up to you, because for some reason if you start doing things like too early when you're not on the screen, then it's, for some reason, the game just kind of likes to, I guess, mess you up, which maybe that's not really happening, but you just can't see like anything that you're doing whatsoever. So you still save a lot of time even if you don't like start doing things right away. So you'll notice that I'm holding left there, I go zipping to the right, but then I slow down for a bit, then I fall down, and then I land on this piece of the floor here, and then I just do like another quick like zip to the right, and then you can just make your way to this section of the level, which I'll explain like this part of the level once I get to it, but now I'm going to show you like the second most ideal position that you can clip into. So instead of being all the way up there, you're like kind of like right there, like in the middle inside the wall. You just do like a small slight left tap to get yourself to the right a bit, and then now you can start holding right to kind of walk your way across. There's like a certain timing that you want to do, like this what do you call it, this switch of holding right to like holding left. You don't want to do it like way too late, otherwise you'll actually end up like falling down to the lower path of this level, and you won't stay in the wall like this. I'll show what that looks like when I go back to playing the game. But yeah, that's that also saves like quite a lot of time compared to like getting the normal possibility, which is like the one I showed you before I popped up the ideal video. So yeah, that's normally what happens. You're just not clipped into the wall at all, and you just have to like make your like MPO through this wall. And then it's kind of like the same principle here. You don't want to go way too overboard with holding right for too long. You want to hold left at a certain point, and then you can stay clipped into the wall like this, and then just continue on. All right. All right, now I'm back to the game. So now, I'm gonna show like what it looks like when you don't get the kind of like the ideal movement when you're on the second wall here. Okay, I'm doing this wrong. Oh, okay, so you just tap to the left there, you just start holding right, and then like around like right there, I went overboard unfortunately, but yeah, if you hold too much of the right there, you'll fall down here, and then you'll just have to go through like that, like moving up and down platform thing, and then you go through these two circular loop things, and then you can like continue on. But now the last thing I want to show is that there's like a fourth possibility that can happen. So you'll actually end up like being on the floor right here. And if this happens, you can just hold right and jump, and then just make your way over here, and then you can just continue on as normal. So if you're right here, you might notice like this like rectangle that's in the background here. It has like the diagonal like black lines, and then the diagonal orange lines that are a bit like thicker in width or length. And then at the bottom of like the center of this rectangle, there's this kind of slightly kind of deformed like square where there's like a bit of like the lightish like orange part of it, and then there's like just the light brown color and all that like pixelness. When Sonic is like aligned with the center of this the square right here, this is where you want to switch to holding left, and then if you do it right, you'll not fall down to the lower path, and you'll stay like inside the wall, and then you just make your way here. So one more thing I want to an extra thing I want to mention here for this part is, as you're actually falling down here, as you can actually do like a piano roll of like jump buttons, and if you get it to come out as soon as like the zip happens, you can actually get like a good burst of speed to the right, and then you can actually clip yourself back into bounds like kind of like right away like this. Okay, it'll take me a few tries to get it. Okay, let me just do it from right here. Okay, so okay, as you can see, it's a pretty tight input, so okay, there we go. If you're able to jump like, I think it's like a frame perfect kind of timing, and then if you get it right, then yeah, you'll be over here, and then you can make yourself like your way onto the circular spinning thing, and then you'll be over here. So now Once you get to this part of the level, you'll notice that there's this long, like, brown platform you're standing on, and then just a bit above it, there's like this bumper floor. This is where, once you're on the middle of this, like, long brown platform you're on, so this is like the middle, this is the end of it, and then this is the beginning of it. Once you're on the middle, do a mid-low jump. And then now you want to pause on a certain window for where you want to switch from being neutral to holding left. I had the frames screenshotted in the document so I can see what those are when you take a peek, but okay, I'm within like the window of it, so watch what happens. So I'll spin around this platform, and then once I start heading downwards instead of upwards, Sonic will be on the right side of the cylinder. So when Sonic is on this side of the cylinder, get a full jump out, and then he'll be launched at a fast speed off of it. You don't want to hold right yet, just go neutral, but once you land like right here, then you can hold right. So this level varies like quite drastically. As of the time I'm making this video, I don't have like the time save you get from if you get like the most ideal zip into this wall here, the second most ideal or their normal one, but if you look at the videos I showed you like earlier, then you'll be able to see what the IGT differences are. You could just time how long it takes from where the time travel ends when you're first in this bad future layout to when you like go past the goalposts. So you could just do that, and in fact I'll do that right after I make this video, so I can have it be a bit more like have more information that would be useful to know. So yeah, let me just go over here. Mid-low jump, pause in this frame or window, then hold left, and there you go. And now that's a wacky, to explain. Now this is like where explaining things gets easier finally. There's not too much that goes on this level, so let me get to where I should be. Okay, so now for this level, just of course start to peel out, make sure it's a fully charged one, and then release it. And then there's like two different ways you can go about doing like this jump right here. I just showed you the first way, so you want to jump around like close to the end of this long platform you're on. Like full jump, and then you want to hold left for a bit, like just in case, and then quickly get another jump out. And then there's a second way you can do this. The second way is what I would like try and see if you can get comfortable with, but if not, it's completely fine. But if you're pausing for the second way, then you want to be like right here, and then when you land, or right before you land, you want to hold down, and then you'll roll into that monitor, which I didn't do. Let me try that again. Okay, so this is clearly like a subpixel based thing, so if you read like the document, that has like a pretty accurate like frame of where you want to jump, and then you're fine with rolling through this monitor right here. So now there's like two different ways you can go about doing this next section of the level. So first I'm going to show the easier one. So once you roll through this monitor, you want to be in the middle here, do like a mid-low charge peel out, and then do the down right, and then when you're like right here, this is where you want to release your peel out. And then when you're like about right here, you might notice that I speed capped all of a sudden. Like I slightly just had like a jerk and a reduction of speed. Once this happens, you start falling down, you want to hold left. And then you'll be like right here. You're on the left you're on the left edge of a platform that you can't see, but before you go off of this platform, you want to hold down so you can roll into this ring monitor right here. You want to give yourself enough distance to do another MPO here. And then do like a mid-charge one down right, and then you want to hold up. Keep holding up here even after you like fall down and land, and then after like just after a bit you can let go of up, and then that lets you release the peel out, and then you can hold right like that and then jump around there. So that what I explained there is like the old beginning strat. Now I'm going to show the new one that was recently found like not too long ago. So I do my full jump here. I'm going to roll into this monitor. Now you want to be all the way to the left over here. You want to do a fully charged peel out. Do a down. You want to do like this MPO like very tight. Like you want your unpause and your pause timings to be like as fast as you like, as fast as possible. So like that. And then now you want to be around in this spot. Basically what you're doing here now is now you're inside this wall, and what you want to do now is you want to bop like the bottom or the right edge of the bottom of this monitor that's like to like the upright of the screen. Right now it's like in some sort of like blue, white, and black fuzzle. So in order to bop on the right edge, like on the bottom of it, you want to get like a full jump to come out as soon as possible out of this unpause. And if you pull down here, that means that you didn't do a jump at all. And also, I'll mention that this is a 3-frame window, and this window is also shown in the dock. Okay, so it's okay if you don't do a roll. I wouldn't really try doing it at first until you get comfortable with where you need to precisely jump. Okay, so now I want to get a jump out as soon as possible out of the unpause, and then if I do it right, you'll fall down here. Now, as you're falling down here, if you're not pausing, you'll notice like a slight down jerk of the camera, and then once that like happens and it ends, that's where you want to do like a left tap, like a 1-frame left tap, and then you want to like pause right after. And so the next thing to like explain like about this, or about doing the level this way, is that if you take way too long to do like the beginning of this level, you'll actually end up like having this platform be like all the way to the left, and Sonic will get caught on it, and if that happens, then unfortunately you lose like a bunch of time, and you'll lose like a lot more time than if you were to do like the old beginning strat. So you want to do this entire thing fast, so just watch how I do it. There you go. I believe that I haven't like done the exact like math or calculations to see where you want that 1-frame left tap to happen at, like according to the IGT, but I believe it's like a high 5 point something. It might be like 5.7, 5.8, but as long as you do that entire like beginning like just kind of fast, you'll be okay. So you want to spend like some time trying to optimize this part of the level, like the first 5 seconds, as quickly as possible, and try to learn like the way of like doing this, where you just jump on this monitor, bounce on it, and then you do this. There you go. I'll show that one more time. Okay. As you might notice, that window is like pretty like generous, so also too, one last thing I'm gonna mention about this before I talk about the boss now is that it's okay if your left tap lasts like a bit, like a couple of frames like more than just one. You'll still make it like this, but you don't want to hold left for way too long, otherwise you lose so much speed and you'll find yourself like bouncing all the way to like the top part of this level. So like that. Well, actually that's pretty generous. Okay, so it doesn't really matter. This is actually like a very generous window, but just to be completely sure, try to do as light of a tap as possible, and you'll be fine. And yeah, that's it. Okay, so now I'm going to explain the boss. So now for the boss, there's like a few like positions I like to stand at. So like for this first one, I like to stand like right here. A bit after, when you get into the room, you'll see Robotnik like start popping up from the top of the screen. Once you see this happen, you want to get a jump out and hit him as soon as possible, like that. So you want to like stand around this position. You can look at the walls of reference. There's like all these different things in the background. Like right now, Sonic is like he's like aligned with like this cable, like these 2 wires that are in the background, like in the lights, well, olive color and all that. So just stand about right here. You can do this many different ways, but this is just like the way I go about doing movement with this boss. And also too, don't worry about rushing this whatsoever, because there's like a certain timing that Eggman waits for before when you'll hit him, he'll go away at the fastest time. So so this beginning hit, you want to do that like as quick as you can, but you do not have to rush like going up these platforms whatsoever. You can just kind of take your time a bit, just kind of like this. Like I'm taking my time, and then you can just do your singular hit, and that's it. And now I just go over here, and then I stand about like right here. Like you want to be like around right there. Jump on this platform here. Just take your time once again, and then jump. And then now I go from the left to the right. And you want to stand like around right here. And then now you want to be on this platform specifically. I don't think you could be on any other, because now you're going to be wanting to get a jump out when this bumper floor activates, and then these platforms shoot up. So kind of like as soon as possible when that happens, get your jump out right here. Stand on the left edge of this platform and then jump upwards. And then just face right, and then you can charge a peel up. And also too, just real quick, you want to be sure that you're not teetering whatsoever. Because if you do that, you'll fall down when the platforms rise up. So yeah, don't do that. You want to be on the right edge or left edge, but Sonic is not teetering. There you go. Alright, so now what you want to do here is If the rocks are kind of just on the ground there and they're in the way, you want to wait until side like charges a peel out, and then you want to piano roll like a mid jump to come out like as soon as like this peel out is released, like that, and then once you land you can start holding right, and then you bop this capsule right here. So now I'm gonna show you like the IL, or like the fastest way of doing this. So I believe this is like a frame perfect timing, but if you do your jump on the very first frame of when these platforms are shot up, then once you land back down on the ground, the bumper floor will be activated. This is like a pretty precise timing, so it might take me a few tries. I don't think that's it. Okay, yeah, it is. Okay, notice how the bumper floor is still activated, and these platforms will just bounce up. They'll completely be out of your way, so all you really gotta do is still have like a fully charged peel out, then you can release. Be sure you're not holding right to not activate the speed cap. Okay, that's the first time that happened. I got stopped by that platform. Let me try that again. Okay, so that can happen apparently. Okay, so let me go back here. So just do that. Like, release your peel out as soon as possible, release, and then hold right when you land onto the slower part of the floor. Yeah, don't take too much time doing this, because otherwise you'll get hit like that. That has never happened to me before, but yeah. Alright. So just do that, and then there you go, and down. Alright, so the new beginning strat saves about 2 seconds compared to doing it the old way. So in that case, a good time to aim for if you're going for the old beginning is like a high 105 or a low 106, but if you're doing the new beginning strat, then a good time would be like a high 103 or a low mid 104. All right, and that's basically it with Wacky Workbench. All right, so that is like I said at the beginning of the video, that is like the hardest level to learn. So if you don't get everything right exactly, it's completely fine, because it took me a bunch of time before I was able to figure all that stuff out and feel confident enough that I could put it in a guide and then making a video tutorial out of it. I mean, even then right now I feel like it was kind of scuffed, but I mean, hopefully that this video was really helpful for you guys. This is actually like the last video that I'm doing for this video series. So at the beginning in the intro, I said that I was going to be doing 3 different zones. So I said I would do palm tree, wacky, and then metallic. This is like the order that I did the videos in was palm tree, metallic, and then Wacky Workbench. So that's just like the reason why I'm mentioning that is just to say, because I didn't mention this in either of those 2 earlier videos I made, I'm going to be leaving a bunch of timestamps in the description, and then I'll also be leaving some like additional small notes that should be worth like mentioning for you guys to know. And then I'll have like a bunch of timestamps that you guys can refer to if you're interested in learning how to do a certain part of the level and whatever route you might be interested in learning. So yeah, that's basically it for me. thank you very much for watching this tutorial, and I hope you guys have, like, try to have as much fun learning Wacky, but I know it's going to be very stressful. But anyways, yeah, goodbye everyone.